Am I the a-hole for ignoring my husband on our anniversary? I work long hours, 16 plus 3 to 4 days a week at minimum. I put my meds in one of those weekly cases and take them daily. The pill bottle with remaining pills is on my dresser in my bedroom. Last week, after not seeing my husband for several days, due to working, he mentioned to me that he's been taking my extra meds, Adderall for those wondering. I told him those weren't extra and after looking in the bottle told him that now I didn't have enough to get me through the rest of the month. I usually only take the Adderall on days I'm working, because that's when I need to be focused, hence the extra sometimes, but I've been working a ton of overtime lately to catch up on bills. So the following week, I'm back to working a ton of hours and barely being home. I go to fill my weekly med pack and the bottle of Adderall is empty. I wake my husband to ask what happened. He replies that he finished them. I get upset and start yelling at him. He apologizes and says that he thought it would be okay, since I could take these, handing me my stepson's medication. I am furious and explain to him that 1, I am not stealing my son's meds and 2, his meds are a different strength and long-acting whereas mine are immediate release. I do want to mention that my son just left for boot camp and won't be home for several months therefore doesn't need these. Today happens to be our anniversary and my husband is saying that I shouldn't be mad at him, he's sorry, blah blah blah. Am I being an asshole or do I have the right to be mad? I don't even want to spend the day with him today and it's our damn anniversary. Am I the a-hole for accidentally getting my friend high? I, 20F, had my friend, 21F, let's call her Alice, over at my place the other day. We had just come home from a bar for a lil nightcap since everything had closed by that point. When we got to my apartment I quickly went to the bathroom and told Alice to make herself at home. Suddenly, maybe 10 minutes later, she started acting really weird. Like, she was slurring her words in an excessive way and seemed to be completely spaced out. I was incredibly confused because she had barely drank when we were out, and now she was out of it. My first thought was that she could have been drugged at the bar we just were at. Whilst trying to figure out WTF I'm supposed to do, she asked me what flavor my vape was, which confused me because I do not vape, nor do I smoke. I asked her what she meant, and she pointed at a vape on my bookshelf. That's when everything clicked. For my 20th birthday a friend, 20 meters, had bought me a THC vape. My gift would be tickets to watch the new Spider-Man movie High. I am not a stoner, but I maybe once or twice a year smoke with friends just for fun. Anyway, I hadn't smoked it since then, so it was just lying on the top of my bookshelf. I am short, so I never see it, hence me suppressing its existence. Alice, however, is very tall. She must have been looking around whilst I was in the bathroom, seen the vape, which looks very unassuming, like any vape, and taken some puffs. Mind you, I do not know what the fuck type of vape this is because I remember taking max 2 puffs and I had a complete out-of-body experience, and I don't even know how many puffs she took. She is an avid vapor. I asked her if she had smoked that vape, and she said yes. Now, Alice is extremely anti-drugs. Her father was a heroin addict, so she never did anything except drink alcohol. I always had a total understanding and full respect to her disposition to drugs, so I never, ever did drugs in front of her. I have only ever smoked weed and did the occasional Molly festivals. As you do lol, she completely, understandably, freaked out and started crying. I tried calming her as much as I could. I tried giving her food and water or anything to sober her up, but she screamed at me that I had drugged her. She said she couldn't believe I had done this to her etc. I had to call her boyfriend and explain the situation, and he picked her up. I feel fucking awful. My stomach drops even thinking about it. If I had remembered the vape of course I would have stashed it away more safely. But, I hadn't planned on her coming over until we went to my place and by the point we were home I was tipsy, and the thought didn't even cross my mind, just as it hadn't since I had put it on the shelf. As soon as she left I sent a huge apology text to her, but she left me to read. I get it. She has since blocked me everywhere and shunned me to all our mutual friends, who are all torn on the issue. Am I the a-hole for not wanting to pay the extra money my mill put for a gift I didn't ask for? My mill bought me a new coffee machine. I don't why as the one I have is still working fine but whatever, I accepted. Before leaving, she told me I needed to pay her $30. I asked why and she said that she planned on putting only $50 in the gift but the cheapest coffee machine she could find was around $80 so I needed to put the $30 she added for the machine. That confused me because, if she planned on only putting a certain amount in the gift, that I, once again, didn't ask for, then why not give up the coffee machine idea and buy something that actually was $50? She said she didn't care about paying more if it made me happy. I said well clearly you do care otherwise you wouldn't ask me to pay the extra $30? She said it was just a matter of principle and that if I had manner I'd pay her. She then left. She later texted my husband that she was waiting on the $30 and would take back the coffee machine if I didn't. I told my husband to respond that she could come take it back cause I was not gonna give her the $30. My husband is not okay with that because he got attached to the machine, whatever that means, and to just give her the $30. I told my husband if he wanted to keep the machine then he should give his mom the money she wants. He said I needed to do it because the gift is originally mine, even though I never asked for it. He said I was making this harder than it need to be and was selfish to not pay the extra $30 for the coffee machine his mom got me, especially knowing that he likes it. I have a hard time seeing how I'm wrong, so I'm coming here because there might be a chance that I am in the wrong. Should I just give his mom the $30 like she asks and be done with it? Am I the a-hole for ditching my assigned bridesmaid at a wedding for one that is younger and a different race as me? I ended up leaving the wedding early. One of my good friends from college was getting married, call him Tom, to his wife, call her Liz, and asked me to be one of his groomsmen. I was honored. I haven't seen him in a while because I live across the country. When I arrived to his city, I was assigned a bridesmaid, call her Kelly. Now Kelly is a lovely woman, however, I think we were only assigned each other because we are both black. Liz starts telling me that we are both single and perfect for each other, but there was nothing to indicate that at all besides us both being black. I should add as well that Liz had a lot more bridesmaids than Tom had as groomsmen. The first night the entire wedding party went out and it became clear that Kelly wanted to hook up. I was not into her at all, so I kindly turned her down. She then starts interrogating me as to why. I try to give a generic answer, but she starts listing off all of the reason why we are so perfect together. I end up saying that I don't do the whole short-term type thing, and as we both live in completely different states there is no future here. She ends up cooling off but then tells me that she respects me more for that and that I am a stand-up guy, and the type of guy that she is looking for. During the rest of the time we are there, one of the other unmatched bridesmaids, call her Jen, starts messaging me privately and we hit it off. The next day wedding ceremony goes well. We have the reception and me and Kelly do our entrance together and then dance together for a bit. After a bit, I go to the bar and Jen and I start to dance. At this point Kelly is giving me dirty looks. I just ignore it and continue having a good time. All is going well until when I am at the bar, Kelly and the Liz confront me and starts saying that me dancing with Jen is inappropriate. They start saying she is too young for me, that it looks creepy. For you, I am 32 and she is 24, about to turn 25. I am like, oh it's okay, me and Jen are just friends. Liz at this point is angry with me and starts saying that Jen is in college, she is doing her master's, and that this is her wedding and she doesn't want to see that. Then Kelly starts saying that I must have a fetish for white women. At this point I realize that there is no logical argument I can make. I tell Kelly and Liz that I really enjoyed the wedding but I need to go to bed early for my flight the next day. I leave and go up to my hotel. 15 minutes later Jen leaves early. 5 minutes after Jen came up, we both get kicked out of the wedding party chat. I later find out from Tom that Kelly was crying her eyes out. And that it messed up the night for Liz as well. He told me that he isn't mad at me because he told Liz from the start that Kelly isn't going to be my type, but instead Liz really wanted to set Kelly up. Am I the a-hole for firing my brother after he proposed at my wedding? So a bit of background. I own a plumbing company and hired my brother 3 years ago. He was jobless after the pandemic and I offered for him to come work for me. He was 22 at the time, and is now looking to become a master plumber and start his own business. At my wedding, in which he was the best man, he decided that during his speech he would give us all a big surprise and decided to propose to his longtime girlfriend. Me and my wife were appalled. We both feel like he stole the shine from our day. Everyone else in our families were so excited and kept taking pictures with her, looking at the ring, etc. I decided to fire him the very next day. He still doesn't understand why. He claims I'm being selfish and irrational, and our parents agree. They're saying that business should be separate from our personal lives, but I just can't overlook what he did and how he ruined our day. Am I overthinking this?